What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for MLB Wednesday, April 14th.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon.
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to go over my top DFS picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, my voice is getting a little bit better, so thanks again for bearing with me and putting up with my voice in these videos. Really appreciate you guys coming back here every day, checking out my picks. So thanks so much. Okay guys, we have a 7-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. I like Zach Plesac with a 3% pitching advantage over the Chicago White Sox. Zach Plesac, he's only giving up a .526 OPS versus righties. He's facing 5 righties here tonight. On top of that, the White Sox have only hit 9 of his last 47 pitches. That's a 191 batting average. And Zach Plesac is only $8,300 FanDuel salary, and he's $1,400 more on DraftKings. So I love that FanDuel price. He's projected at 24 fantasy points here tonight. He had an ERA of 2.28 last year. His record was 4-2 on the season, pitching an average of 97 pitches per game. He averaged 43 fantasy points per game, and he scored 49, 28, and 28 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Zach Plesac here versus the Chicago White Sox. Okay, let's take a look at the first base position. I like Freddie Freeman with a 70% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Nick Neidert. Freddie Freeman is batting 41% better versus righty pitchers. He's batting a 1.228 OPS versus righties. And Nick Neidert, he pitches his worst ball versus lefty batters. 29% worse than his pitch to righties, giving up a 1.071 OPS versus lefties. Freddie Freeman is $4,100 FanDuel salary. He's $1,300 more on DraftKings, projected at 12.4 fantasy points here tonight. He averaged 15 fantasy points per game on the season last year. He scored 22, 0, and 19 fantasy points in his last 3 games. So I like Freddie Freeman here versus Nick Neidert.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal,
All you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
and then we'll send you $100 PayPal.
So it's that easy.
And we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video.
So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Ozzie Albies with a 51% batting advantage over that same low salary pitcher, Nick Neidert. Ozzie Albies, he's batting 42% better versus righty pitchers. He's batting a .850 OPS versus righties. And Nick Neidert, he doesn't pitch that well versus switch hitters, giving up a 1.000 OPS versus switch hitters. Albies is 0 for 1 versus Neidert, but he's only $2,900 FanDuel salary, and he's $1,800 more on DraftKings. He's projected at 10.7 fantasy points here tonight. He averaged 12 fantasy points per game on the season last year, and he scored 28, 7, and 22 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Ozzie Albies here versus Nick Neidert. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I like Ty France. Once again, I've been giving this guy quite often, but he's been doing well, and he finds himself in a great matchup again here tonight with a 52% batting advantage over Matt Harvey. Ty France bats 37% better versus righty pitchers. He's batting a .978 OPS versus righties. And Matt Harvey, he throws his worst ball versus righty batters. 16% worse than his other. He throws his worst ball to switch hitters, but he throws pretty bad versus righties. 16% worse than his pitch to lefties, giving up a 1.272 OPS versus righties. There's no at-bats versus Harvey yet, and Ty France is $3,300 FanDuel salary and $900 more on DraftKings. Projected at 9.5 fantasy points here tonight. He averaged 9 fantasy points per game on the season last year, but he scored 19 and 18 fantasy points in his last 2 games. So I like Ty France here versus Matt Harvey. Okay, who do we have at the shortstop position? I'm going to give you a value play here. I like Freddie Galvis with a 55% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Justin Dunn. Freddie Galvis, he bats a little bit better versus righty pitchers, batting a .716 OPS versus righties. And Justin Dunn throws his worst ball by far to switch hitters. 53% worse than his other pitches, giving up a 1.438 OPS versus switch hitters. There's no at-bats versus Dunn yet, but Freddie Galvis is only $2,100 FanDuel salary. He's $1,600 more on DraftKings, projected at 8.9 fantasy points here tonight. He averaged 7 fantasy points per game on the season last year, scored 0, 6, and 7 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So his batting average isn't all that great, but he's got a great matchup here, and he's low salary, so I like Freddie Galvis here versus Justin Dunn.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, moving on to the outfield position. I like Anthony Santander with an 85% batting advantage over that same low salary pitcher, Justin Dunn. Anthony Santander, he bats 32% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .956 OPS versus righties. And we know Justin Dunn throws his worst ball versus switch hitters, 53% worse than his other pitches, giving up a 1.438 OPS versus switch hitters. Anthony Santander is $3,100 FanDuel salary, and he's $1,100 more on DraftKings. Projected at 10.8 fantasy points here tonight. He averaged 13 fantasy points per game on the season last year, and he scored 3, 0, and 19 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Anthony Santander here versus Justin Dunn.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video, or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.